been married to Isabel for 10 years, and until 3 weeks ago, I thought we had the perfect life. She's a high school teacher, soft-spoken, gentle, the kind of woman who still cries during Pixar movies. I work in software, the kind of job that lets me spend evenings at home with her. We live in a quiet suburban neighborhood, white fences, trimmed lawns, polite neighbors waving from their porches. Everything about us was painfully normal. But that's the trick with evil, isn't it? It hides in the most ordinary places. We met in college, though not in the kind of way you'd tell your children about. A girl in Isabel's dorm had been murdered, brutally, 42 stab wounds, her face carved away like a mask. The news called the killer the college butcher. The whole campus shut down. Sirens, police tape, rumors spreading like rot. I noticed Isabel that night. She sat on the curb in her pajamas, hugging her knees, trembling in the glow of red and blue lights. She wasn't crying, not loudly anyway, just shaking, eyes locked on the ground, whispering something I couldn't hear. I gave her my jacket, sat beside her. She leaned into me, silent, and that was it. After that, we stuck. The butcher struck again 2 towns over, then again across the state. Isabel became more and more afraid, clinging to me as though I were her anchor. And maybe I liked it, that someone needed me so badly. We built our relationship on fear, but it worked. We graduated, got married, bought this house. 10 years later, the world had moved on. The butcher was never caught, but his killings had stopped. Isabel and I stopped talking about him. We let the past die, until the noises started. At first it was faint, scratching above the ceiling at night, soft enough I thought I imagined it, then louder, skittering, like claws dragging across the attic floor. Isabel brushed it off, said it was probably mice. But one night, as she stirred beans on the stove, I joked about setting traps. She froze. The spoon slipped from her hand. "Don't go up there," she whispered. I laughed, thinking she was joking, but her face was pale, her voice deadly serious. "Promise me, Jack, don't go into the attic." The way she said it chilled me. I promised, but promises dissolve under curiosity. The next morning, when she left for work, I broke it. The attic stairs creaked under my weight. Dust thickened the air, choking. My flashlight beam swept across boxes stacked neatly in the corner, each labeled in Isabel's handwriting. I opened one. Clothes, dresses from her college years, carefully folded. Another, notebooks, keepsakes. The third box made my stomach knot. Inside was a single object, a heavy brown leather photo album. I sat cross-legged on the floor and opened it. The first picture was harmless enough. A little girl, Isabel, on a swing set, back to the camera. But at the edge of the frame, almost hidden among the trees, stood another girl, dressed in white, pale, watching. I turned the page, Isabel again, climbing a jungle gym, laughing. And there she was, the same girl in white, in the background, always staring, page after page, birthdays, school trips, family dinners. Isabel growing older, and always that figure, always closer. And as Isabel aged, the girl's face began to look more and more like hers. Not quite the same. Wrong, hollow-eyed, like a cruel parody. By the last page, my hands were trembling. I slammed the album shut, heart pounding. That night, I confronted Isabel. "I found it," I said, setting the album on the table. She froze in the kitchen doorway. "Found what?" "The album. In the attic. The girl. Who is she?" Her face drained. She shook her head quickly. "I don't know what you're talking about." "Don't lie to me, Isabel. She's in every picture. Who is she?" Her eyes flicked to the album. She whispered, "You shouldn't have seen that." Then she slapped me, hard. Isabel, who couldn't kill a fly, struck me so hard my cheek burned. She bolted upstairs, slamming the bedroom door. I stood there in silence, the house pressing in around me. That's when I heard it, the scratching. Not from the attic this time, from the bedroom. Slow, deliberate, like something dragging claws across the wood. I crept upstairs, my heart pounding. "Isabel?" No answer, only silence. Then a giggle, high-pitched, not Isabel's. The bedroom door stood ajar. I pushed it open, empty. The bed, neatly made, the curtains still. And then, fingers, ice cold, clutching my ankle from beneath the bed. I screamed, yanking free, stumbling backward, straight into Isabel herself. She was sobbing, clawing at me. "I told you not to go into the attic," she cried. "You let her out! You let her out!" Isabel dragged me down the stairs, nearly breaking my wrist with her grip. She shoved me into the car, fumbling with the keys. Her hands shook so badly she nearly dropped them. "She's been there since the beginning," Isabel gasped as we tore down the street. "Always watching, always waiting. I'm the one who lived. She didn't." "What are you talking about?" I shouted. "My twin," Isabel whispered, eyes wide, face ghostly pale in the passing streetlights. "She was supposed to live, but she didn't make it. I stole her life, Jack. I breathed the air she never got to breathe. She's been following me ever since, angry, waiting for me to slip. That album, it was a cage. Every photo kept her locked away." She turned to me, voice breaking. "And you opened it." Before I could answer, I glanced in the rearview mirror and froze. She was there, sitting in the back seat, the girl in white, Isabel's double, pale, hollow-eyed, grinning with a mouth too wide. "Isabel!" I screamed. She whipped her head around and slammed the brakes. Headlights, metal shrieking, glass exploding, then blackness. I woke in a hospital bed, every nerve on fire, the room spinning, tubes in my arms, machines beeping steadily. Beside me stood a police officer, face grim. "Where's my wife?" I croaked. His silence stretched. Finally, he said, "I'm sorry. She didn't survive the crash." The words cut me open. My throat closed, but the officer didn't leave. He opened a folder, his eyes narrowing. "We need to ask you some questions. Your DNA has been linked to several crime scenes, old cases, dozens of them." He leaned closer. "Are you familiar with the college butcher?" My blood ran cold. He slid photos onto my bed. Victims, their faces carved away. My stomach heaved. "That's impossible," I whispered. But in the reflection of the window, behind my pale face and bandaged head, I saw her, the girl in white, smiling. And then I understood. She hadn't come for Isabel. She had come for me.